Welcome to Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Tuesday snowy afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Big E, boy, it's freezing outside, but we're going to make it hot inside. We got a couple things we're going to talk about. We got a special guest tonight joining us from Stillwater, Oklahoma, the All-American outstanding wrestler, Carter Young. He'll be joining us when we come back after these breaks, but real quick, man, Big E, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. I just finished up my first semester in college. Happy about that. So I'm on break right now, just at home, chilling out.
Man, you got to be blessed, baby. Anytime you can finish that first semester and get it over with, and a lot of kids can't finish the first semester. They go home. I went home on my first semester.
I did. I had to push through it. It was tough. But
hey, I tell you right now, you got it. You're halfway there, baby. You're halfway there, though. Big E, got some things we're going to talk about. Like I said, we'll be having Carter Young join us, the Stillwater two-time state champion, looking for his third state championship. Join us when we come back. But, we're going to talk a little bit about, the recap of the Carl Albert game.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling it off. Luke came up short, but we'll talk about that. And we'll talk about, Wagner, all year long. They just dominated. Yep. So we'll talk about that, too. A little bit of 4A, 5A. What else kind of going on, man, besides this snowy day?
Not much in my life. I'm on break right now. I'm just at home chilling. I'm in my bed. I'm all cozied up, warm in my blanket. So
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Folks, if you can see, man, we got another special guest joining us. We got my chef on the elf, Willoughby, Zoe's elf, and Ivy's elf joining us today. He's been bouncing around in the house. You can't touch him, so he got to join us. So hopefully he'll move to another room. But today he's going to be joining us on the show. And, we got a little Christmas. We got me and he stocking up. So if you want to give us something, come stock our stockings real quick. And we'll really glad to appreciate it. But we'll come back with Carter Young right after these
sponsors.
Thank you. Hey, Zoe, I'm looking for some good insurance. Do you know anybody?
If you're tired of messing with the general, call Bobby Lewis. He can take care of your cars, house, boats, and even your pets. He has 2 locations, Del City, 4805 Southeast 44th Street. The number is 405-670-3665. And his new location is 1654 South Choctaw Road, Suite 107. Like a good neighbor, Bobby Lewis is there.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. Joining us tonight is going to be Carter Young, the Stillwater outstanding wrestler. What's going on, Carter?
Nothing much. How about you?
Hey, man, we're just enjoying this snowy day, man. I'm on vacation this week, so guess what? I get to stay inside and stay warm. But guess what? We're going to heat this show up, and you're going to get it started for us. So, Carter, for the listeners that don't know who you are, because I do. I've been a chance to watch you wrestle for many, many years since you was probably a little 5-year-old young man. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a wrestler from Stillwater High School. I'm going to Northwestern University next year and looking for my 3rd state title this year. So just looking forward to season.
That's cool, Carter. I know what everything's going on, man. We had Caden Minion on, and we had Coach Benny, the legend, on a couple weeks ago. You're our 3rd guy that we had on with wrestling because, I have a little bit of wrestling background because of my son, so I know a little bit about it. He's kind of getting baptized to it. He's more of my basketball guy. But, Carter, I'll tell you right now, though, Stillwater's kind of loaded, man. I know you guys went and took care of business last weekend at the BA tournament. And for the people that don't know, tell us a little bit about y'all's lineup because you guys got a couple of move-ins, man, and that's what it takes to win a state championship. I saw you guys knock Broken Arrow off last week and kind of gave Mustang a little hiccup, too. So tell us a little bit about your lineup.
Yeah, we're tough. We got a bunch of move-ins this year from Texas and Missouri. So I think we're ranked number 19th in the country right now.
Whew.
We knocked off BA in the duel. They were number 1, so we should be number 1 in the state now. So it's looking good.
That's good, though. That's really good. So last week in the BA Classic, how did you finish up in that?
I won it.
So what weight you going this year?
138.
So 138, is that what you're going to try to stay at, or are you going to try to cut for state and regional, or are you going to stay at 138?
I'll probably stay at 38.
So who's your competition at 38?
I'm pretty sure Blazek Perez and Zach Blankenship.
Okay. So Blankenship, you haven't got to see this young man yet, but have you guys hooked up? Did y'all hook up any last year at all, or?
Yeah, I wrestled him twice last year. I think I beat him by like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I know he was a state champion his freshman year and last year. I don't know. Did he even finish in the top 4? Do you remember?
He got hurt last year.
Okay, so I guess he didn't finish in the top 40. That answers my questions. but really, but real quick, Carter, though, since we got you on here, so what's your record kind of through high school, man? Because I mean, you've been a guy that's kind of traveled. You've done some Olympic training, so you're a tough guy on the mat, man. I've got a chance to watch you, like I said, for many, many years, and I mean, you're just a go-getter on the mat, man. And you've been kind of under the little microscope of, Dayton Fix. If people don't know who that is, he's probably one of the best wrestlers in the state of Oklahoma. That's come out of the state of Oklahoma. He's wrestling for Oklahoma State, and Carter kind of worked out with him and being under his training. But what was it like going to like the Olympic Training Center?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's a good experience because there's some crazy good wrestlers up there and athletes from every sport. I was gonna move down there this year and live down there, but I couldn't because of COVID. So they cut the program that I was gonna do.
Oh, that's cool though. I mean, I know your mom and dad don't want you to move out so quick, because you will be going to Northwestern. So I mean, you kind of picked Northwestern, and you had some other schools. I know Oklahoma State was real high on you for the last few years. I know, you're kind of a John Smith guy. So what made you pick, Northwestern over Oklahoma State and some of the other schools you had, looking at you?
I mean, just the people there, like everybody's really awesome there, and the coaching staff is great too. And it's I think it's like the number one academic school that's not Ivy League, so that had a big factor in it too.
I like to hear that. You're talking about education. A lot of people just talk about, I'm going to go play football, I'm going to go to play basketball, I'm going to wrestle, and a lot of these guys don't get degrees, and so then their fifth year come up, they still haven't got a degree, so they're still in school, and then they have to pay for school. So while you're in there, you might as well go and get your school paid for. So I love to hear that. I mean, I know that comes a lot from your mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Carter. I mean, Young, getting you, trained up and getting you on the right, program to get you, hey, education most important, because like I said, you are a type of guy that can go wrestle in the Olympics. So is that one of your goals when you get done with college wrestling to go try to wrestle in the Olympics?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely.
That's cool. That's cool. So, I mean, so tell me, I know you said you picked Northwestern. What were some of the other schools that was interested in you, though?
My top schools were OSU, Michigan, Princeton, and Northwestern.
Now, did you go take visit to any of those schools? I know Oklahoma State's right there in the backyard, but like Michigan and those other schools, did you go take any visits?
Yeah, I went on visits to all of them.
So what's Michigan like, man? I mean, everybody talk about, Michigan football, but did you get a chance to go to the football game, or just, you was just there for wrestling that weekend?
Yeah, I stopped by the football game. It's insane. The stadium is just crazy.
Yeah, dude, that place goes
so
crazy.
Many people.
Oh, that's I'm telling you right now, man. You probably had cold chills going in there, walking in there, and just think it's just kind of like a wrestling match. When they get fired up for that, back that back way, they get fired up for wrestling. Oklahoma's good for wrestling, but when you go back to the East Coast, man, I'm telling you, man, those people get fired up for wrestling. And I know you've been to a lot of those tournaments, been on Team Oklahoma and some of the other teams you've been on, so you've got a chance to wrestle a lot of those guys. So do you know anybody that's going to be joining you at Northwestern, or hey, I'm going in blind, I know none of these guys, or do you got a buddy that you know through wrestling that's going to be up there too?
I'm kind of going in blind. I mean, I know of people, but I'm not really friends with any of them that are coming my same year. I mean, I became friends with a lot of the guys that are there right now just from my visit, but besides that, kind of going in blind.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. It's always good to meet new people and start your journey all over, your new chapter of life. Meet new people and new friends, and probably your future wife, or whatever you decide to do. But real quick, let's go back into talk about this season. You guys wrestling a BA tournament. Perry was canceled last week. So what's some of the other big tournaments that's coming up? How's it going? Did you guys get to have fans in the tournament over the weekend?
Yeah, like limited capacity. I think they cut it in like half or a quarter or something. But this weekend there's a big tournament. I think there's like 20 teams. It's the KCI alternate. There's a lot of the same teams. So that'll be.
I'm sorry. Where's this now? Where's this going to be located at?
Sand Springs.
Oh, okay. They have it at Sand Springs. Now, hey, real quick. Yeah. Now, you used to be a Sand Springs. What do they call it? Sandites?
Sandites.
Yeah,
I did.
Was that your freshman year? You was at Sand Springs, or?
7th through 9th grade year.
Okay. So 9th grade, did you win? You won state as a freshman, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Hey, it's a great move going up to Stillwater, though, man, because you guys got, like I said, you guys got a good team, with the Ferrari boys coming on board. And, then what you guys already had, though, I tell you right now, Mustang and Broken Arrow, they're not looking forward to seeing you, seeing Stillwater, because I'm telling you, I've been kind of keeping up with you guys for the last couple of weeks and kind of seeing the scores and what you've been doing to people. You guys kind of dominated that tournament last weekend, so that's good, Carter, that, you got your school picked out, and like I said, you're on board, get your education. Is there anything that you got kind of planned for this year, going out in your senior year with a bang?
Nothing in particular, just trying to go out and dominate in all my matches.
Well, Carter, I think you'll do that, though. I'm sorry. I think you'll do that, Carter. I think it's going to be hard for anybody. I mean, like I said, how many times you and Perez already wrestled this year? Twice?
Mm-hmm.
And you got them both times. After you get beat a couple times by a guy, man, you start giving them saying, I cannot beat this guy, He's going to start playing the sick card on you, man. When he sees you, he gonna play the sick card on you. He ain't going to want to wrestle in the tournament that you're in. So, well, Carter, I'm glad you came on Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports, me and Big E. I know he's quiet over here. He don't know that much about wrestling, but I'm glad you got to come over here and join the show and, and hang out with us for a few minutes and talk wrestling because, like I said, I'm a big fan of you, and like I said, you've done some great things through high school. Good luck to you in your next chapter. Go take care of business and get your third state championship this year, son.
Will do. Thank you for having me.
No problem. To everybody back in Stillwater, I said, go Sooners. No, I'm joking. Thank you for joining Keep It 100.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Folks, that's Carter Young, the two-time state champion, won it as a freshman. He's going to try to win it again this year as a senior. He's going to break out, man. The kid is kind of like a spider monkey. If you watch him wrestle, man, he's all over, man. He does a lot of freestyle. I didn't get to talk about his freestyle, but the kid is real tough in freestyle too. Like I said, if you can go travel and work out at the Olympic Center, that means
you're real deal.
You're the real deal.
Yeah.
I mean that's a bad.
I don't know much about wrestling, but if you're over there competing for an Olympic spot, that's a pretty big deal.
Hey, the kid is real, man. The kid is good. The funny thing is, he kind of looked like Justin Bieber a little bit. If you look at the kid, he looked like Justin Bieber. Hey, that's nothing wrong with that, Carter. You probably find your future wife up there at Northwestern. But folks, this show's gonna get hot. It's cold outside, but we're gonna make it hot inside because hey, that's what we do. Gonna keep it 100. Oklahoma what?
Oklahoma High School Sports.
We're gonna bring it hot, baby. It's hot. I got some good stuff I want to talk about. We'll be right back after one of our
sponsors. Thank you.
Thank you.
With 25 years experience in the industry, Linex Customs OKC is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle accessory needs. Specializing in spray-in liners, lifts, levels, wheels, tires, bed covers, and anything else you need to make your ride look and sound better. Call Eric and the boys at 405-778-8878.
Tired of going out to your trash can, having to smell so bad? Well, no further. Call Spiffy Cans. He cleans, disinfects, sanitizes. 405-423-8824 or go to spiffycansok.com. Spiffy Cans, he's your man.
Spiffy Can, he's your man.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports, and it's time for the recap of last week and what we got going on next week. So the big talking point of last week was Carl Albert and Bishop McGinnis playing in the 5A state championship. What did you notice about that game, Tony?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Carl Albert was all about that Arby saying 5 for 5, and guess what? They got 5. It's funny to talk about that because, everybody talk about 5. But, Houston Russell kind of hit me up, was kind of giving me a little, that little jab because, I said he was going to get beat. Hey, I'll take it, man. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm a man of my words. Hey, guess what? Luke and the crew and Luke and the boys or whatever you want to say, they didn't get it done. Carl Albert did get it done. But I'll tell you about that game, though. Bishop McGinnis came out hot.
Yeah, they came out swinging for sure.
Came out and said, hey, CA, we're going to give you a fight.
Yeah.
But guess what? CA just too much, man. Yeah. And you can see the athletes, doing the game that Carl Albert had to what CA had. But I tell you though, Carl Albert, having Buddy the Bruiser Brazil, the boy's the real deal.
He's an animal.
I mean, he's a real deal, man. And I'm just going to be so excited to watch this kid next year and get a chance to keep up with him. And we got something hot coming on this show with Buddy and Kobe Crew. And I got a debate here we're going to talk about a little bit here about Kobe Crew and some of the other receivers, man. I had a debate with one of the guys on the phone Saturday night about this, man. I'm not going to mention his name, but, he'll know who I'm talking about. And it's a good laugh because that's what we do. We keep it 100 here. But I tell you, man, watching the game, Carlisle was the better team. Bishop McGinnis had his chances, 3rd and 14 a couple of times. Guess what? They couldn't get the job down. Couldn't get the job done. But, Carlisle found a way. Ben, he kind of beat him more with his feet than his arm. Kid finished with 2 losses all through high school career.
Yeah, an incredible career.
Incredible. I mean, you got to say, Luke, he's another winner, man. The kid, whoever gets him for school is going to get a winner. The kid's going to take care of business when he gets in college. So with Ben, I probably see Ben probably going more baseball. I don't know what kind of offer he's going to get in football. He does got some Division II offers. I don't know if he's going to get that big D1 offer that he's looking for. Now the game is kind of late, so people, especially this people got to realize though.
Yeah.
You got kids there from last year that didn't get to play football. So where you going to get this money from? Like UCO and some of these Division II schools.
Yeah.
You got kids already on scholarship, 115 kids, and you trying to bring another, 50 kids in. Who's going to pay for all that?
Sees me.
I mean, I don't know. So that's something you got to look at too, though. So, see who's giving you the money, see who's going to give you the most money before you decide where you want to go. Because like a kid like a Donnie Wingate, he's going to have a lot of opportunities, but you got to pick what's going to give you the most money that's going to help pay for your education. Because one thing you don't want to do is have a bunch of loans when you get out of school.
Right.
Because you want to go play football, It doesn't matter where you play football at. If you play Division I, Division II, Division III, NIA, if you're good and the NFL wants you, they're going to come what?
They're going to come.
They're going to come get you.
Yeah.
But get back to Carl Albert, though, man. Great job to them, winning their 5th ring. I've seen a lot of people saying we won 5, but folks, I'm going to keep it 100. You only won 4. Unless you redshirted, you only got 4. Okay? Let's get it real. I'm keeping it 100. You won 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
5 is for the guy that graduated last year. It keeps going. But he don't get the ring because he's gone. Unless you redshirted, you only get 4. Now, Kobe Crew, he got 4. You know why?
Why?
He got 5 because he won a state. He got 1 in track. So that gives him 5. He got 4 football and 1 track. Now, that's keeping it 100 here. Yeah. It's cold in here. So I'm going to heat it up in here. You hear me?
Yeah.
So get your facts straight. When you try to tweet me, get it straight because you only got 4, not 5. Now, if you want to go get that Arby's sandwich, you're going to get that 5, all right? You hear me, Big E? You hear me, baby?
I hear you.
Get me going, baby, because I'm hot.
Yeah. But, credits to Bishop McGinnis as well. They had a heck of a season,
yes.
10-3. Luke, it was last week after I just got done uploading the video, and I go and watch some tape on him, and that guy can play. I mean, really, he's more known for what he's able to do with his feet, but he can sling the ball, too.
Yes.
There's a reason why he was back there taking snaps under center, but or not under center. I don't think nobody in high school goes under center, but yeah, he's a heck of an athlete. I hope he's able to continue his career somewhere at the next level. So great job to those guys too. And then Ben Harris goes down as one of the most decorated quarterbacks in Oklahoma high school football history.
Yes,
winning 4 straight for himself. Started as a freshman. He got his chance to step up when their starting quarterback went down, and
he never looked back.
Yeah, never looked back. Took it and ran with it, and now he has 4 rings on his finger, and he put 4 more gold balls up in that press box. So
only thing is sad for Bishop McGinnis, their balls are not what?
They're not gold.
They're all what?
Silver.
Silver bells. Hear them ring. Jingling, it's Christmas time in the city. Y'all didn't know I could sing. Keep it at 100, baby. That's what we do.
Man.
But Brazil, the kid is the real deal. Had over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dude, I'm just telling you right now, man, he should be on everybody's list next year.
Absolutely.
You know, one thing that was kind of brought to my attention, somebody brought to my attention. It's kind of true. You know, he needs this summer. He needs to work on his, you know, he needs to get on the ladders. Quick clinic. Get on the ladders. You know, work on his speed. work on his cuts, and I tell you, the guy be a complete back. He's kind of like a Jerome Bettis, Eddie George. He's a big back, so, big backs are kind of tough. A Henry, from Tennessee. So, you see they got big backs in the NFL and college and stuff like that, but I'm just telling you, he's probably just need to work on his breakaway speed this summer. One of the things, probably work on his hands. One thing you don't see him do is catch a lot of balls. Yeah. So, he works on that stuff, man, and I know he gets around the right person. RT can get him trained up because, RT still got another son that's still there, plays a little bit of running back, defensive back. So, Kobe Crew, good job to him. He had some good catches. He had a 31-yard touchdown pass. I think he led all the receivers in, catches, yards the other night. He had 70 yards. And Russell, what's the other kid, number 9?
Lamarion Curry.
Yeah. He had a pretty good game. And this is a debate I'm going to get into real quick because we got time, baby, because it's nothing but cold outside. We ain't got nowhere to go. But somebody brought it to my attention that Russell, number 9, what'd you say his name again?
Lamarion Curry.
Okay. And Terrell Davis from Choctaw was a better receiver than Kobe Crew. Let's take about 3 minutes and debate on this. How would you rank them? Those 4 or 5 guys. How would you rank them? I mean, how would you put them as like, hey, who's 1, who's 2, who's 3, who's 4, who's 5? This is something we can debate on real quick. Big E.
I mean, Terrell is a heck of an athlete, like just all around. He played basketball. He started and then he comes up and plays football this upcoming year. And I had a chance to see him. I went out. I take pictures on the side. So anybody, you need people that need senior pictures, hit me up.
Hit them up, baby. Good pictures.
But I was going to it was him and Mukes out there practicing, just going over routes, coverages, and everything like that. And I never seen him play football before. And I go out there, and he's catching everything that's thrown to him. They have I think Steele or another quarterback was out there. I don't remember who, but he just caught everything that was thrown up there. If it was out of his range, he still went up there and got it. Just his ability to go up and come down with the ball is amazing. At his size, too. He's not much taller than I am. He's at like 5'9", 5'10".
I would say he's about 6'1".
There's no way that he's 6'1". I stood next to him. He's like right here to me.
Okay.
But
he jumps like he's about 6'4", 6'5".
He can jump out of the ceiling. Like he could, it's crazy. The first sight everybody got of him was at that Mustang scrimmage early on in the year for Choctaw. He went up there and snagged it over like 2 or 3 guys, and that's what kind of put him on, and that's what gave him all those targets. So but he's up there for sure. Kobe Cruz is also up there, and Kobe Cruz is also an athlete. He can get it done on both sides of the ball.
Special teams, defense.
Special team.
You can see the game plan the other night was to get the ball in Kobe's hand, get the ball in Brazil's hand. One thing I will say, before we get back to that, you have a D1 running back that's committed to Arkansas. Yeah. And I think the kid only had 5 carries. Was he hurt?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I mean, you got a D1 kid that's the starting tailback, and Brazil comes in that game and gets all the snaps and goes over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Arkansas hasn't offered Brazil. I'm telling you right now, I'm knocking on Brazil's door. Yeah. And forgive me, because what TCU did to old boy up at OSU. Richardson, they kind of let him go and brought the other number 1 back in. And I'm not saying Arkansas is going to do that, but I'm saying, hey, if I got a chance to get this kid, I'm going to go get this kid. Richardson had a good game for Oklahoma State the other day.
Yeah, what did he have, like 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, 3 touchdowns.
Almost 150 yards.
I mean, that's good for a freshman step up, last game. Even though Baylor only had 22 people playing. Yeah. Everybody's out sick, but, he had a good game. But I'm just telling you right now, though, I'm going to rank these receivers. I'm going to say 1 and 1 could be Cruz and Davis. And the only reason I might give Cruz the edge because he's football knowledge. Yep. Davis just that. Because I'll tell you right now, if you probably played against a good secondary, would Davis go up and jump over a guy like a Jordan Mukes or a guy that could jump or a great DB that can cover real good? I don't know. Kobe plays both sides, so he kind of knows how to play a DB, how to play a receiver. So I think he'll know how to adjust to a ball. There's a couple balls that been through him that was kind of short. He came back and got. I mean, the one on 4th and 14. He ended up catching that ball. It was kind of low. He came back, got it. Got the first down. I mean, they kept the drive alive. Actually, that's the drive that sealed the game and got the game over. The Lamarion kid, number 9. I mean, I haven't seen that much of him.
I got to see a little bit of him in that semifinal game. I was watching that game and was watching it on the Oklahoma High School Sportsnet, whatever that was. And I started to notice that they do have a wider. They have a good depth at wide receiver. Ben was throwing it to everybody. Everybody got a catch. You know, you got some to Cruz, you got some to Curry, you got some to Russell. They got a guy named Gavin Haynes throwing him the him too. You know, he just had a bunch of weapons, and you know, when you have that just it opens up the offense a lot, and I think that's why Carl Albert is successful. So I think, you know, it's hard for me to rank them because all of them, you know, when the ball was in their hands, they made plays. And you know, it's hard for me to rank them.
I tell you, Russell caught a ball, man. It was on the ground, man. He was a catcher, so he knows how to scoop and go. So, you know, I think every one of them brings a little bit, you know, to the table. But I'm just saying, far as out, you know, if you're sitting there, hey, I got to make an all-state team, an all-star team of receivers, you know, how would you rank them? But like I said, I would probably go Cruz maybe 1, Davis 2. The Marion kid, I mean, I haven't seen that much of him, so I can't really get on him. Russell, seems like everything you threw at him, man, he caught. I think he's kind of like your Cade Sanford from last year, a good possession receiver, 3rd and 5. Ben's looking his way because he's going to get the first down. One thing I wish Carl Albert would have done a little bit more, and I think they could have, is got the ball downfield, you know. But like I said, hopefully, you know, Russell's going to go off and play, you know, college baseball, sign with Seminole State, so good luck to him. Tell your mom to stay off the field when the game is over. Make sure she has a mask on. You know, let's keep it at 100. They're going to get on me on Twitter, but I'm going to get you back. But no, one thing is, like I said, I mean, great job to Carl Albert, though, to win another one. Coach Corley, you know, he got his 5th ring, you know. Rose been gone for 5 years, and Corley and the train is still going, kind of like Houston.
That's crazy to think. Rose has been gone 5 years now. That seems like it happened yesterday.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, and they're not going to stop. You know, Carl Albert's not going to fall off because Ben's gone. They're going to find somebody else to plug and go. You know, they have other quarterbacks that's been there, and guess what? They've graduated just like any other high school. They graduated and move on. I mean, good job to all those guys, though. You know, Luke, like I said, good luck to him. I tell you, the running back for Bishop McGinnis, they got a little future kid, just a sophomore. I think it was number 8.
Okay.
Taffy ran the ball good. You know, he had a couple good kickoff returns that kind of got them in possession to go score. I'll just tell you right now, man, you know, you can get a QB behind him next year and let him run the ball downhill. Good sized kid, you know, just a sophomore, came over from Millwood. Don't ask me how these kids get over him. I mean, he must have moved. I'll tell you, man, it's crazy. But, you know, the announcer said, hey, he came from Millwood because he wasn't there last year. But, you know, they lost their starting tailback that's been there for a few years. Now he's gone, so you did have a kid move in. But I'll tell you right now, man, their future's bright. Bishop McGinnis is always going to get kids to move in. It's a private school. If you got a little bit of chips in your pocket, you can go over there and you know, get your kid going. And you're going to get a good education. So that's a good thing about it. What else?
Yeah, moving on to 4A. Clinton and Wagner. Wagner dominated all season. They finished the season undefeated with the gold ball in their hands, beating Clinton 42-13. So
wasn't even a game. I mean, you know, you was upset and you was a senior and that was your last game, you know, with Clinton. You probably started crying in the second quarter because 4th quarter you already knew the game was over with. Congratulations to Wagner winning, you know, another state championship, man. You know, those little small towns, man, I'm telling you, they get a couple good kids to get in there, and man, and you know, they play ball there, you know, probably together since they were 4 or 5 years old, and they keep it going. So great job to, you know, Wagner over Clinton, you know, for, like you said, 42-13. See what they can do next year. I tell you, the game that really got me was 3A.
Yeah, Holland Hall and Lincoln Christian.
Woo!
Everybody was high on Lincoln Christian.
I was high on Lincoln Christian, you know.
I mean, both teams were undefeated coming into this game. So, you know, one of them were going to end up with an L on their losing side. But, you know, it's the state championship game.
You figured the game be a little bit closer than that, 35-7.
Yeah, Holland Hall came out swinging. It was their first state championship in school history.
Hey,
they had a chip on their shoulder, and they had something to prove that game.
I'll tell you right now, man, you know, dropping down to 2A, that Metro Christian over Oklahoma Christian, man, both schools are Christian schools, but that Metro Christian's a real deal, man. 55-28, man. Rocky, you know, Mayberry went to the game. He shot me some pictures, you know, kind of, you know, told me about some of the players. The QB's a pretty good little ball player. But I'll just tell you right now, it's going to be a knockdown this weekend, you know, Metro Christian versus, Washington. You know, Washington, man. I don't know who to pick. I know my buddy John Hancock is the principal over there, and, you know, and Chris Reynolds is the superintendent over there, you know, those old Bomber guys. Good luck to you guys, you know. I just tell you, man, that's going to be a good game, man. Be a game you want to go watch and see. I tell you, man, 2A brings it just like anybody else. So think about it, man. The difference is probably between a 2A, 4A, 5A, 6A. It's just class, but they still got great athletes. They just don't have as many as kids as a Bigsby or a Jinx and, you know, some of those schools. I mean, Choctaw don't even have the same numbers as some of those guys. Or Midwest City, you know. Midwest City could easily be a 5A school, you know, right along with, you know, Adele City. So one thing I will say, I think it's time for Carl Albert to move up to what?
6A.
6A small, man. You guys won, 16 gold balls. It's time for you to move up, man. Quit beating up on them little guys. And this is what I don't like about 5A, and I'm not knocking it. I'm just keeping it 100. You can play that game, that team in week 4, and turn around and play them again in what? In the championship. Yeah. It happens. It's been 2 years in a row you've done that with the same team.
Yeah.
I mean, is 5A that bad? I mean, seriously, you played that team just a couple weeks ago, and guess what? Hey, we're gonna beat you in the playoff. I mean, you should what you should do, just cancel the regular season game and just meet them in the playoffs, meet them in the state championship. Yeah. But like I told you, I thought that Collinsville game could have been easily a state championship. Man, they shot themselves in the foot. But like I said, you can't knock Bishop Giddens. They got beat 33-21. Like I said, they had their chances, but on third and long and fourth and long, you got to make a play. You got to make a stop. Takes one stop, you get the ball back. And see, like Colorado really couldn't stop you neither. It's a couple of balls that Luke missed, but I tell you, having his brother back, I tell you, you still got another Tarman. I mean, I'm telling you, man, that kid's a junior or a sophomore. I'm just telling you, he had a good game too. But I mean, it was a great football, season, for everybody. Everybody got a gold ball, and even the people that came up runner-ups, it's tough to get there, and it's tough to win it. And I tell you, hats off to the ones that did win it. Yeah. Hats off to the ones that lost, because, like I said, somebody got to lose the ball game. Going into the game, somebody's going to lose. Right. But I just tell you right now, though, hats off to both teams, all the teams that made it to the finals. And like I said, you'll settle up this week with 2A football, with Washington and Metro Christian. Like I said, who are you going to pick in that game?
Man, it's too. I mean, I don't know enough about the both teams. If we're just basing it off last week, I mean, Metro Christian was able to put up 55 points. I mean, if they're able to do that against Washington, put up points, I mean, I think they'll come away with that game.
Well, I just tell you, man, Washington, they beat who?
Beggs.
Beggs. I mean, the kid, I got a chance to watch a little highlight of the kid that was it Daniels? What's his name?
Yeah, Kendall Daniels committed to A&M.
Yeah, A&M. I watched him, man, and he's a good ball player. He came out and made some good tackles. Sometimes I always wonder, who's evaluating these kids and who's saying this kid's a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. Because a kid can. I really look at it. I think it's because a lot of kids at their height, they think, oh, this kid's gonna be good in college. That doesn't mean that kid. There's so many kids that transfer because he's a man in high school. Then when he gets in college, he's not the man because there's 20 other guys just like you, or faster, bigger, stronger than you, and you're not used to not being a man. Guess what, Mommy? I'm not the man. I'm a transfer home and come home, and guess what? You never hear about him again. So hope the kid can go out there A&M and take care of business. But he was a good ball player. But I just said, what would he done in 5A, 4A, 6A? Would he still be putting up those same big numbers? It's kind of like said about Jones. You said it earlier about when JD was at Jones. You're gonna put up big numbers because you're playing against kids that really can't cover. But they got you out there as a cornerback or a safety, and you really can't cover. But one thing I want to kind of talk about is that BA job. Who you think is going to take that? I mean, some of the names I've kind of heard.
It really beats me.
Coach Montgomery, from Bigsby. I think they've kind of hit him. Corbin, is on the list from Choctaw. I know there's been a guy, assistant coach from Missouri, an assistant coach from Tulsa. It's kind of applied for the job. I mean, folks, think about this job, man. It's paying you $115 to coach football, and that's just the kicker. Then it's going to give you camp money, sniper. What's it called? Stipend money.
Yeah, stipends or whatever.
Stipend money, whatever it is. Stipend money, and that's doing camps and other things like that. It's between $140 to $150. Who wouldn't want that job?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would put my name in a hat. There's a guy that I think is a good coach. And his name's out there. He's in Missouri right now. So David White, man, and he's a great coach. He used to coach Bishop Gorman out there in Nevada. Yeah. With Snoop Kids played at, and DeMarco Murray and Ryan Reynolds. He had Bishop Gorman before it was Bishop Gorman. Yeah. The guys kind of bounced around. His wife's here from Oklahoma, from Choctaw, Oklahoma. Whoever lands that guy is going to get a great coach, great offensive mind guy. He has a lot of backing behind him. He's really good friends with the guy that owns the UFC, so he has a lot of backing. So, folks, if you're listening to me, man, take a shot on David White. I'm just telling you, man, he's going to do some good things for whoever he gets, man. I'm telling you. I've got a chance to talk to him. We chop it up a little bit, but he's a good coach, good guy. Got a couple little boys, so trying to get back to Oklahoma, which, hey, I don't blame him. His grandparents, his wife's, family's here, and, You know, so the guy's a great guy though. So whoever, you know, Muskogee, BA, at Memorial, wherever he decides to go, hey, take a shot on the guy because I'm telling you right now, whoever gets him, hey, he's going to open up some eyes and he's going to light it up. You think back in the day they used to call who the St. Louis Rams were the greatest team on turf? Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you right now, you get him, Coach D's going to light it up and hey, make some things happen though.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that ends up shaking out.
You know, I mean, like I said, I know, you know, we kind of talked, you know, about, you know, your Choctaw coach, you know, would he leave? You know, I mean, why wouldn't you? Why would you? I mean, you got to look at the plus and you know, the pluses and the minus, you know. Yes, you're coming off a state championship year, but one thing I got to say about Choctaw, I know Aaron and McConnell, I mean, you know, McConnell got a couple boys coming up. Congratulations, Cade, getting another offer to Kansas. Yeah. Good job on that. But, you know, I know Aaron got a couple younger boys that's going to be coming up. But can you keep getting the same kids in and out, I mean, every year? I mean, it's to me, I think it'll be kind of tough because I know, people's going to come over here. But, like, Choctaw don't have, and I can say it, they don't have a lot of African-American kids out here. You know, you went to school there. Yeah. I think my boys, you know, the team they were on, they only had 3. I mean, I know they got a little bit more now. But I'm saying, can you still keep getting those kids in out? You know you're going to get those kids at Dell City. You're going to get those kids at Midwest City. You know, I mean, it just one, it's not any apartments here in Choctaw, you know, and I'm not saying, hey, African-American people can't afford a home. I mean, I live out here, but I'm just saying, you know, a lot of times if you have a single mom and you don't have a lot of 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, you know, homes out here, you know, you might have that more in Dell City or more in Midwest City, you know, older homes that, you know, you can afford, you know, instead of, I mean, I think just living apartment out here in Choctaw is what, $1,200. Yeah. You know, I mean, that's kind of high. I mean, you know what I'm saying, for a single parent, you know, I mean, it'd be tough on me, you know, so, but I just think, you know, are you going to be able to keep getting those kids in out here? You know, and that's me just keeping it 100 because, it's one thing you got to look at though, you know, Carl Albert, they're going to get kids, you know, people's going to be like, oh, they're going to leave Carl Albert. No, I mean, I know Carl Albert don't do the same recruiting as what Choctaw's doing. Cause if you look at it, you know, signing days tomorrow, Dell City got 2 kids going to sign Division I. Choctaw got 2 kids. I mean, Mill City got the McHale kid. Carl Albert got the Hunt kid, you know, so, you know, all the schools kind of in this metro has got kids, you know, signing, you know, you look at, you know, like I said, McConnell's got another offer today. Next year, you'll probably have 3 or 4 kids go, you know, Division I, and they might, Choctaw still might have a couple more kids go Division I, even though not in the early signing period. And same with Midwest City. You know, I don't know what Carl Albert else they got to have. I mean, you got Kobe Crew, and you know, they might have some other kids, but you know for sure, you know, Dell City got the 2 linebackers are going to sign. So my hold is, I don't know if you can keep getting the same kids in, and you know, I looked at the 8th grade boys basketball team. A couple weeks ago, they played in the same tournament as Zoe, and they had, you know, it was like 10 kids on the team, and, you know, 9 of them was white and 1 black kid. So, you know, and that's your 8th grade team. So 3 or 4 years from now, that team's going to be with your senior class. Right. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just me keeping it 100, you know. People get mad at whatever you want. You know, if you got a problem with it, hit me up at High Keeping. Yep. Hey, right now, we got nothing but free time. Like I told you, baby, I'm going to warm it up. We're going to keep it real. So we'll move on to something else before I hurt some people's feelings, but I just keep it 100 is what I do. But I tell you right now, I got a chance yesterday. I went to Midwest City and got to see their coach and their basketball team. You know, we're transferring from football, you know, to wrestling and basketball. So I got my first basketball taste yesterday. Went to go see Coach Corky over at Midwest City. You know, he was a girls basketball coach last year. Yep. Now he's the boys coach. You know, he coached in college ranks for, you know, 6 to 8 years. Kind of back on the East Coast out there, you know, Jersey and all that. But, you know, he's back home. You know, he's related to, I guess, his wife, his sister, J.T. Ramito, the, you know, starting catcher. Oh, okay. You know, related to the Smiths somehow. So, a lot of good athletic background in that family. You know, he said he has 5 boys, man. I tell you, that's tough. But, you know, his son was up at practice and got a chance to watch them. But I tell you, they got a guard, 6'6", Kevin Overton. Kid has looked good, you know, interviewed him yesterday and said he got some schools looking at him, just a junior. So, I mean, the kid can probably get 6'7", 6'8", you know, maybe 6'9" before he leaves high school. Yeah. But I'll just tell you, man, just watching him, the way he ran practice, man, it was really, 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 really good. I mean, he just all hands on, you know, he came together, huddled, You know, I mean, it's kind of like his old, you know, how you guys had y'all's gold standard. You know, he probably got his Midwest City standard. Just you can kind of tell he was a father figure to those young men. Yeah. You know, just not just a coach, but a father figure. And I kind of told them we got a chance to talk. They retired Sheldon Williams, Jersey a couple weeks ago. Kid that played at Midwest City, played some in the pros. Played Atlanta Falcons, used to be married to Candace Park. Well, she's a good looking woman, excuse me, Jessica. But but I'm just saying, so Midwest City's had some good talent come out of there, though, and it was good to get out and watch practice and, watch the kids put on a dunk show. Has a couple guys that can flat out shoot the basketball.
Yeah,
so.
One of those kids, I forget his last name, but his name Israel on the Midwest City squad. I watched him a little bit last year, just when they played Choctaw, and I went to the game. That was one of the big rivalries, Choctaw versus Midwest City. So it was always an exciting atmosphere there. But I saw him play, and he can shoot, and he can dribble. I mean, he has it all. Yes, he's a heck of a player. So I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do this season. So
they had some guys that can go though. I mean, I tell you right now, most of their studs were juniors. So I mean, I'll just tell you right now, before we get out here, we'll go over high school basketball rankings and then the high school's ranking in wrestling too. 5A and 4A in wrestling. 6A and 5A in wrestling. But I'll tell you, we got some good things coming up. I'll get a little peek under the tent. We got Rabbit. He's going to be joining us. We got Buddy coming on. We're going to have a little highlight clip. So as we're talking to him or interviewing him, you guys can watch what he's done over the last. From pad camp all the way through the season. You can see his dad running up and down the field with his flag, and just the spirit that he brings with the Colorado Titans. And don't count the Titans out, even though they losing Ben and some guys. But I'll tell you right now, and you got a guy like him, a workhorse like him, man, and you can do the things you can do. Hey, don't count them out. They're probably going for number 6. They're going for a 6-pack. So hopefully they can get it done. But I tell you, we got, like I said, Colton Hall, a guy I played high school ball with. It's coaching. He played at Vanderbilt. Was a linebacker there, coaching at a D3 school out there in Illinois. He hit me up the other day. He wants to get on the show. Rabbit texted me. He's in town. We might have him in studio since he's in town. Oh, nice. At Texas Tech cornerback. We can talk about his Little League days playing for me. The journey for him going from a running back to a defensive back now. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit different. You're running the ball and have to cover somebody and tackle somebody. Jenny Holbrook, her whole basketball team, they've been kind of quarantined. I got with her last week. Love to have her on. She will be on. Me and Big E might go over there and do a shoot like I did to Midwest City. Yep. Jennifer Douglas, El Reno coach. I don't know if I'm gonna go out there and live or just kind of have her on the phone and do a phone interview. Still waiting on Lenny Burks, PC West basketball coach. Man, like to talk to him and see what he's like. Losing Rondell, which is doing a great job at Oklahoma State. Yeah,
that whole Oklahoma State squad's doing good. They might give Kansas a run for their money this year.
Hey, they're gonna beat Kansas. Is it Cunningham?
Yeah, Cade Cunningham.
Kid is one and done. I'm telling you right now, man.
I hope the Thunder tank and get that guy for round 1.
Man, the Thunder looks pretty good, though. I know everybody's kind of upset, but the Thunder's young, though.
I don't want the Thunder to do good this year. They need the tank. They need to go get that guy.
They need to go get that.
They need to go get this year. That's a future superstar right there.
Yes, he is. The kid can go, in and out. Kid can flat out shoot. Yeah. I just tell you right now, Rondell. If when Cunningham's leaving, it's going to be Rondell's team. So. No matter what, man, the coach up there is doing a great job, though. Yeah. But I found out some good news though on February the 14th. UCO will be traveling to Gabrielle Arena. What's it called?
Gallagher.
Gallagher. Yeah. Arena to wrestle the Oklahoma State wrestling team.
All right, so your boy's going to be able to wrestle some D1 competition.
He's going to wrestle some D1 competition. I think
probably show them up too.
I don't know about that, man. He's just a freshman though, but I ain't gonna put no. He's still got to crack the lineup. Like I said, we talked last week. He's been doing good. He's been taking care of business. On and off the mat. So I think he said he finished up with all A's. So that's good.
That's good.
Congratulations, you and him and Deshaun. Doing that because, like I said, college ain't no joke, baby. It ain't no joke.
Oh, no. I found that out pretty quick.
But you're still doing it though. That's the most important thing. I'm glad you are doing it. I'm glad you're following your dream to do. Keep it 100. Yeah. And every day you get more experience, man. Because I tell you right now, you guys don't see it. We mess up a lot, but good thing you can edit. I'm telling you, last night I did that show with the high school coach, and I'm telling you, I probably edited over 100 times, man. And if it messed up, I would call E. How do I do this, E? I know he probably kept trying to watch a TV show, and he's like, "Leave me alone." But
man, I was watching that Ravens and Browns game last night. That was a heck of a game.
Heck of a game, man. I got to give it up to Baker Mayfield, man.
That team's turned around. They have I wouldn't say they have a serious shot in the playoffs, but like for Cleveland just getting there, that'd be big for them.
The defense, I was kind of upset because the offense did everything they could last night to win the game. Defense didn't help them to win the game. So,
yeah, I mean, that last possession that gave the Ravens the field goal to win the game, I mean, they just drove on them.
And they only threw to one guy, Andrews. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, it was kind of funny, he ran to the restroom. He ran to the locker room, and I said, he has to use the restroom. He probably got an upset stomach or something. But, him to come back on the field and, do what he does, man, I'm just telling you, the guy was, he was amazing. And when he was at Louisville, he was a lightning. The guy's fast. I'll tell you, Tyreek Hill's fast, too. He got a ball on Sunday. I was watching him play, man, and he got a ball the other day, man, on a little jet sweep and right up the sidelines. Like, you wouldn't have touched the guy if you was playing two-hand touch. But shout out to Oklahoma quarterbacks, though, man.
You had 3 of them start last week.
3 of them started,
Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, and Jalen Hurts.
Man, and Jalen Hurts, he threw the ball good, man. I'm telling you, man. He got with somebody in the offseason, man. I'm telling you, man. When he was at Alabama, he couldn't throw. Man, Lincoln Riley, if you are a QB's dad, listen to me. If you're a QB's dad, take your kid to Lincoln Riley's camp and get him in front of Lincoln Riley, because I'm telling you right now, if you want to retire at a young age, get your boy in front of Lincoln Riley, make sure he's a good QB, and guess what? Your baby going to go to the league. Mark my word. I know my prediction wasn't really good this year, but I guarantee I'm going to get that one right. If you want your boy to make it to the pros, go see Lincoln Riley. I'm telling you right now, if I'm any QB's dad, if my baby's a QB and he can play, Lincoln come knocking on my door, I don't care. We going. I don't care if Michigan. I don't care if Ohio State.
And that's why they've had, in back-to-back years, they've had the number 1 quarterback recruit in the nation go to Oklahoma. You got Spencer Rattler, who was the number 1 in, I want to say 2018 or 2019. Can't remember which year. And now you have Caleb Williams coming in next year. And he's going to give Rattler a run for his money.
No, Rattler started next year. Rattler's a real deal, though, man. I'm telling you, man. Rattler throws a good tight ball. I'm telling you, Rattler can play one more year. They're a redshirt old boy. Rattler play one more year and he's going to be gone because he sat out his freshman year, so it makes him his red shirt sophomore year, whatever.
Yeah, he'll be draft eligible next year.
So I'm just telling you, man. Lincoln is stacking them up. He's stacking his chips, checking it twice, and find out who's naughty and nice, baby. I'm in the Christmas spirit, but I'm just telling you right now, if your son is a QB, go to his camps because I'm getting in front of him and let him send because I'm telling you, if you want to retire and you don't want to work till you're 60 like me, guess what? Go see Lincoln Riley.
Right.
But, man, I tell you, before we get off here, though, man, I want to kind of go over some the high school basketball
all right.
rankings. You got Edmond Memorial, number 1, sitting at 4-0.
Okay.
You got PC North. I'm telling you, PC North, man. You got that big receiver that played, for PC North.
Nwanko.
Yeah. I mean, you got some big.
He just committed to, I think he just announced his commitment to Tulane.
Tulane. Hey, whoever's going to pay for your school, I don't care if it's Boulane or G-Lane, go play ball and get your education paid for. But, you got Edmond, like I said, you got PC North sitting at number 2. You got Edmond North sitting at 3-1. You got Dell City. I mean, they lost some tough ones. They got beat by PC North. They got beat by Heritage Hall that has the best player in the state of Oklahoma, which is the Alexander kid, man. I'm telling you, got a chance to meet, know his family, is related to Zoe. So I'll tell you right now, Jinx finds a way, man. PC West is sitting at number 5. Then you got Jinx. Jinx just won the state championship in football. And guess what?
Yeah.
They trying to get one in basketball, too. Hey, what about the mighty Jackets? I mean,
they're over there at 7.
Yeah, they sitting at number 8. Oh, no, I'm sorry, number 7.
Yeah.
They beat Booker
I'll tell you
T.
what, that Sean Franklin kid, he can ball. He's been putting up
Man,
numbers.
I'm telling you, I'm going to go catch a couple of these games. And I told Zoe, man, she's supposed to be doing some Friday nights, league games. I said, we're gonna scratch that off. Sorry, Coach, we're scratching it off. We're going to go catch some Friday night games.
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
there's
man,
some games going on tonight.
Some high school, no, they all got canceled because of the weather.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I just forgot, man.
Carl Albert and Midwood City was supposed to play tonight, and I was going to go check that one out, man, just kind of see who's going to win the battle of Midwood City. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, both teams are really good. But I'll tell you right now, Dale City's lost some games, but they lost to some tough people. They haven't lost to nobody kind of weak. They lost to some really good teams.
Yeah.
Coming in right after Tata's Midwood City, that should be a good one like you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
That's a good rival. So I like to catch that game. Then you got Union. Union sitting at number 9. You got Norman North sitting at number 10. Owasso, Bigsby. I didn't know Bigsby even had basketball over there. Edmond Santa Fe. Edmond Santa Fe is a team that's usually pretty salty and loaded, but I guess they're sitting down here at number 13. And then you got, Broken Arrow. I guess they got a basketball program too. But I'll just tell you right now, though, man. I mean, you got some good ball clubs. Mustang, they're right there. Sand Springs, Muskogee, Moore, Booker T. Washington. It rounds out with Northwest Class is in at number number 20. But I tell you though, high school basketball is going to be interesting, especially this year. It's going to be really special because last year it got cut off because of COVID. Yeah. So, these kids are excited. I mean, I'm glad they're getting to play. So I kind of talked to Coach Corky the other day. They got cut short last year. So these kids are all out for it because I think Dell City could easily win it. And I just found out today that Dell City is 6A in basketball. I thought they were still 5A. So
no, they're back up in 6A.
I didn't know that, man. That's just something kind of really shocking to me because I really thought, man, they're going to have a cakewalk. But, man, you're going to have you're going to lose some games. If you'd thought Dell City, you think Dell City's going to go undefeated. But, I'll tell you, when you start getting those, it's different in football. You start getting those smaller classes, and you only got to play 5 or 6, 7, 8 guys. Yeah, you can compete at a small school.
Right.
Some of those small schools got some guys that can flat out shoot. My buddy Jacob Mayfield, he's out there. He's a Calumet coach, and me and Zoe was gonna go watch him play on Monday, but the games got canceled. And I tell you, he's won state a couple years ago. And I mean, they're either Class A or Class B. But, man, you look at some of their scores, man, they get after it, though, man. They got some flat-out shooters. A lot of times they don't have a lot of big men, but they got some guys that can, fire off and shoot the ball. But it was so funny to watch Middle East practice yesterday, man. Watch some of those kids shoot, man. That ball just glides off their fingertips and don't even touch the rim, man. I was like, I can never play basketball. I wish I could. It's one of my favorite sports. But I just tell you right there, though, man, seeing some of those guys flat-out shoot the ball is amazing, though.
It's fun to watch.
It is. You got anything you want to touch base on before we get out of here?
No, just the usual. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you know whenever another video is up. Follow us on Twitter. Follow Tony at HighKeepin'. You can follow me at Ethan_Z_Davis. And then follow us on Instagram as well at keepit100 _high school sports.
Before we get out of here, though, I want to touch base on wrestling. We did have, like I said, Carter Young on here, the Northwestern signee. Kid's a stud, but Stillwater, like he said, man, they had moved some kids in from Texas, from Missouri. I mean, they're sitting at number 1 in Class 6A in wrestling. Mustang sitting at number 2. Mustang's been been a runner up the last couple of years. Broken Arrow's been a team that's won the last 2 years. I mean, they're sitting at number 3. Edmond North, Snyder does a good job over there with those guys. The legend, Coach Benny, sitting at number 5. But I'm telling you right now, do not sleep on the Jackets. Benny finds a way. Him and his crew will find a way. Becca, JJ, Reed, Woods, Miss Teresa, Coleman. I'm telling you, they'll find a way to be looking for another wrestling state championship, another banner. That's why Benny's a legend, because he probably holds the most banners in there. He got more state rings. He might not got 16 like Kyle Albert or Jinx or Bigsby and none of them schools, but he got enough probably to fill his one finger up. But I'm telling you right now, hey, don't sleep on those guys. Bigsby, they're going to be tough. They got some good guys over there. Edmond Memorial, lost some guys, had a couple kids. I know Bam West left them and went over to Mustang. I tell you right now, hey, wrestling's going to be deep this year. UConn always do a pretty good job. Deer Creek's been beat up. They're sitting at 0-3. Union, it's always a good team. Sophomore, Enid, Westmore, Sand Springs, and Shawnee. Poor Shawnee. Then you need to go back down to 5A because you're going to get beat up in 6A in wrestling. They got a good coach over there, but I'm just telling you, man, they're not ready to compete in 6A. Collinsville, probably one of the best wrestling programs in 5A. Scott Took, Glenpool, Duncan. Duncan's been doing a pretty good job. Pryor, El Reno's pretty loaded. Piedmont's a team that you can, you can't sleep on. They always have, 2 or 3, wrestlers. Lord MacArthur, always a pretty good program. Coweta, we talked about Coweta. They just made it to the semifinals in football. Claremore, where Coach Stiley's from, the head coach of UCO. Guthrie, Guthrie's been kind of down in all those sports, man. I don't know what's happening. They're not getting movings or whatever. Durant, Grove, and Tahlequah, and Althus. Good luck to all these teams. Like I said, we're going to keep bringing, if it's wrestling, if it's basketball, we're going to bring it to you. We'll finish up next week with class, 2A state championship.
Yeah, this is the last week for football. So
last week for
all
football.
The smaller, like 2A to Class B.
One thing I do want us to do though, man, and to be our homework for next week is kind of put let's probably do 5. We might be able to do 6A and 5A together. Maybe pick 2 running backs, 2 quarterbacks. I don't care what grade they're in. They could be a freshman. If that kid can play, he needs to be on our board, and kind of get them, shout out to, our little Keep It 100 All-State, All-Star team. Let the people know and tweet it out. But, there's a lot of good kids, I tell you, these next couple of years going to be really interesting to see who can win it because, Bigsby didn't lose that many. Tata got a lot coming back. I think I read the other day they had 7 on offense and 6 on defense. It might be vice versa. Yeah. So you got a lot of guys coming back. You got some holes you got to fill. I saw a tweet today. Coach, what's his name? Porter said, "I didn't know Tata was DBU." I mean, cool for you to say that, but I didn't know that. Did you know that? You went to school there. Did you know they was DBU?
I mean, I know there is some talent over there, but
hey, DBU, that's what you saying, baby. Hey, keep it 100. I like it, coach. That's what you want to do. That's how you speak your game up. But I'm just saying, I know Jordan Muse was pretty salty. I had one that can cover over there, but he went to the opposite side of the ball. I just tell you though, to say DBUs is deep words because I know Booker T got some good DBs. I know Porter. I know you play some ball over at Texas Tech. But say DBU, man, that's a big statement.
We'll find out next season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But let's keep it 100. Yeah, like I said, I like it though. I like it. One thing I don't do, I don't like to get in a Twitter gang bang. I'm not all about that. Hey, those are for the kids. If you want to chop it up with me, you can DM me on the side. You can hit me up on Facebook. Shit, you can call me, whatever you want to do. Yeah. But, I'm just saying I don't get into those Twitter battles, but I like it, though. I like the energy you bring to the program. You and Carter, you guys did a great job, what you did with the kids. But that's a big statement to say DBU because Jordan Bukes is a basketball player that's converted to a football player that's a hell of a ball player. I'll tell you right now. He had a hell of a year. But to say DBU because Chris Parker and some of them guys, woo! But let's keep it 100. Here's what we do, baby. Yeah. He looking at me like, hey, T, calm down. Hey, I just keep it 100, folks. Hey, I just keep it 100. Like if it's from a Carl Albert to Midwood City to a Tata, whoever else. They don't like the show, don't got to watch the show. But, hey, we're going to keep it on the show, though, because like I said, it's cold outside, but we're going to bring it hot inside. That's what we do. Yes, sir. But, hey, E, close us out, baby.
Yeah, appreciate you watching another episode. As always, we'll be back next week. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, turn on the notifications so that you know when the next episode's out.
Hey, that being said, subscribe, baby. We're up to 71. I'd like to get to 100 before Christmas, man. That'd be our present to us. Yeah. Fill our stockings up. Come on, subscribe to Keep It 100. Hey, there's not another high school sports show that's doing what we're doing. Nobody else is doing what we're doing. They're not going on site. They're not going out. They're not keeping it 100. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. We're going to tell you the truth. We're going to tell you the truth, and we're going to keep telling you the truth. You might not like the truth, but we're going to tell you the truth. I'm out. Keep it 100. Oklahoma High School Sports.
Thank you.
Thank you.